sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
Get up!
Now Ryan on first down. He completes it to Julio Jones. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second down, here's Ryan. And Jones has it over the middle. Touchdown, Falcons. Julio Jones, 56 yards. And the Falcons have taken the early lead. Well, that's how they envisioned it, get the football to start the game and score it.
And I don't know if that was scripted. Was it an audible? Or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
Here's Bosher to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down.
That's a lot of beef thundering downfield off of the toss play, and it takes me back to when I was a kid and watching USC play. Remember the old toss that they ran? They used to call it student body right or student body left because everyone was out in front of the ball carrier. In fact, one of their favorite plays, it was called rose stem right or rose stem left, depending on the formation. 28 toss. And 28 toss was their bread and butter.
Looking for an opening, not much there. He'll get it to the 39. On the tackle that time, Bruce Irvin. On second down, Elliott. He'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Prescott on 3rd and 2. And he'll have his man. That's Cooper. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Amari Cooper, 55 yards. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying the football game. The extra point up and good. And we are tied at 7. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. We get set to see the Falcons offense again, and it's a group that really struggled last weekend in the loss to Baltimore. If you look at the numbers, their worst offensive output in almost 20 years.
And earlier this season, with so many injuries on the defensive side of the ball, the offense was carrying Atlanta. Remember when they had that nice streak and they got to 4-4 and it looked like, hey, they could surge and be a factor? Then the offense has gone south for them. Fourth straight loss. Matt Ryan just 131 passing yards, a career low when he's attempted 20 or more passes in a game.
And now they travel to Green Bay. Beginning of the year, that looked like a blockbuster game. Both of those teams really struggling. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Second and 10. It's Ryan again. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up the screen. You don't want to throw it too early and have the defense react too quickly. And you definitely don't want to throw it too late. And that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From the gun, it's Ryan. And it's complete. Hooper. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd. Again, Ryan. And it's caught over the middle. Hooper. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass in the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
Ryan. Oh, the rookie nearly had the pick. Probably should have had it. 3rd down now.
Pretty nice coverage there, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, hands, a little bit questionable.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Throwing again, Ryan. And he will find Ridley on the left side. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. So a field goal try here on 4th down as the Falcons call on Matt Bryant. And Bryant's kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So unable to convert for the touchdown inside the red zone, but they do come away with 3.
Yeah, it's a 32-yarder. That's essentially an extra point nowadays, right? Because it's 33 as a general rule for these guys. So it should be a simple kick. But you know what's really strange nowadays? When they miss an extra point, I think they carry that with them longer than missing a field goal because an extra point's supposed to be automatic.
Absolutely, and I would think even field goals inside of 30 yards, even though they're substantially shorter than a PAT, it just has a different feel, doesn't it?
A different feel, a different vibe. That's what I get from all the kickers I talk to. They always say if I miss an extra point, that's the one that bothers me more.
Now it's a bootleg with Prescott. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Sitting alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, as it is Cowboy football to begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a 1st down. On the counter, Elliott. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
And now with the play clock winding down, Jason Garrett opts to take a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
It's coming now. Here we go.
A give to Elliott. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Here we go, 47. Here we go, 48. Hey, 47.
They go play action here on 1st down. Airing it out for Hearns. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at 2nd down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
Here we go, here we go. 48. Hey, Sway.
Throwing again. Prescott on 2nd and 10. Wide open receiver complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there at 22. A first opportunity in the red zone for the Cowboys. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16. Now back to the ground with Elliott. And some strong running. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Here we go, 48. Here we go, 46, 46.
Two minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout. A 2nd down throw for Prescott. He almost had it. The big D lineman nearly had an interception. Instead, it falls down incomplete.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Throwing. Prescott. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. 2 first-half touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys are in for 6. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball in the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want it in with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive in with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10.
20.
On first down, Ryan. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Mohamed Sanu there. And now it's 2nd down. Across the NFL, all the byes are done, so the 32 teams have played exactly 12 games. And if you look at the offensive leaders right now, Charles, starting with passing, Ben Roethlisberger at the top, but Patrick Mahomes is right on his heel.
Just 22 yards behind, and he's the guy that everyone is focused in on. He's fun to watch. How about the rest of the top 5? Matt Ryan, Jared Goff, and Aaron Rodgers. The guys toting the ball. Todd Gurley leads with 1,175 yards. Ezekiel Elliott right on his heels as well.
Yeah, those are the 2 1,000-yard rushers right now in the National Football League. So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since. On 3rd down, Ryan. And now another one thrown incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. They'll indeed go for it with Ryan. And this is caught, but they say out of bounds. It would have been a 1st down, but he couldn't stay in, and as a result, they're going to have to give up the football. The Dallas Cowboys, they're 7-5 now and really playing energized football these last few weeks. How much of this has to do with Amari Cooper? I mean, you look at the win against New Orleans, they just looked dominant.
Yeah, they did, didn't they? And you go back to Thanksgiving night against Washington, Amari Cooper was dominant himself. He is a part of it and a good part of it, but to me it's still Ezekiel Elliott really being activated as a ball carrier, and that allows Dak Prescott to throw off a play action and be much more effective.
And now it's 7-5, leading their division. You mentioned the win over Washington. It's a 4-game win streak after the victory against the Saints.
Go to 54. Go to 54. Line 8. Here we go. Line 8. Here we go. 46. 26.
A 1st down carry by Elliott. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here of the 2nd quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the 2nd half.
On the return, here's Justin Hardy. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. So out come the Falcons now. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the 2nd half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the 1st half.
Hey, let's go. Gun.
On second down, Ryan. This one complete to Mohamed Sanu. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. The Falcons on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. He's going to sling this deep down. And got his man complete. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll throw on first down with Ryan. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Mohamed Sanu in the final seconds of the first half. And the Falcons draw a bit closer. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and that will shave one more off this lead. Here's Bosher to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And not a great return here. He'll make it back only to the 10-yard line. And now here come the Cowboys. And you got to think, if this is anything other than just taking a knee, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, they've got enough to talk about at the half. Why do anything else? Just get out of there.
And with time running down, they go down to a knee. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. Fielded about a yard deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
16 yards right off the bat and a first down. One play has him up past the 40 already and another 1st and 10. The give is to Elliott. Ezekiel Elliott gonna take it the distance. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, 59 yards. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Prescott from the gun. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Here comes the Falcons offense. It's their first possession of the second half now. They trail offense first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes
into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Brown. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down.
He's had a big game tonight, and while no one's going to be overly concerned about that last play, you also know that the offense coordinator does not want to see that happen again. They want to get back to doing what they've been doing all game long.
They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. Wide open receiver, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A really nice gain of 25 yards. They'll run with Elliott. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. He got 29 yards that time. So Amari Cooper out of Northwestern High School in Miami making a nice play there.
And it's so funny that when I was going through the draft process when he came out of Alabama and was inquiring about him and his skills, they say it all began back in...
And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott with now his second touchdown of this third quarter. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. And now Jason Garrett electing for his guys to try for 2. Here's Prescott. And it'll be intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And now running right through it. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
They begin the drive with Coleman. And he'll be taken down at the 18. DeMarcus Lawrence in on the tackle.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
They will run again with Coleman. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing now, Ryan on 1st down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. Quick look ahead to Week 14 and what's on tap. A couple of good games, at least historically. Pittsburgh and Oakland and Philly and Dallas.
And all of a sudden, I'm 8 years old again. Because Pittsburgh and Oakland, when I hear those names, I'm thinking, who's going to win and represent the AFC in the Super Bowl? That's what it felt like when I was growing up. How about the one that's got flexed in? The Rams and Bears playing in Soldier Field on Sunday night.
Yeah, that'll be good. And then Vikings-Seahawks on Monday night. So two great ones to finish off the weekend.
Yeah, these teams are fighting for wild card spots and, of course, maybe even a division title or two.
And he's way down into Dallas territory inside the Cowboy 15. A gain of 32 that time. From the red zone now, here's Ryan on first down. Accelerating, and off he goes. 20, 10, 5. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. This D wanting to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. From the shotgun, Ryan. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The Notre Dame man, Jalen Smith, able to get a hand in and knock it away.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
Here's Ryan on the screen. This is Coleman. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Only 2 on the screen pass there, and it'll be 4th down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
22!
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And this is incomplete. Sean Lee, the linebacker, able to get a hand in coverage. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
Here you go. 26. 26.
This is Elliott. Spins past him. And some space here. That good for 22 and a first down. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Allen Hurns from 8 yards out. And the Cowboys will extend their lead.
You have fun with this one, partner?
I am. I mean, he's been fun to watch under center.
We always talk about, getting to the next level, right? When we see people get into the zone. This guy's in the master class right now. What a performance he's putting on, just carving them up.
4 touchdown passes. Carving him up is right. Seems like everything he throws is going to be a completion and going in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense.
And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off around the 27. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Elliott. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning.
Hey, we got 4. Hey, here we go. Wide 8. Then we're going to 53. Switch and 8.
On third down, it's Prescott. Flushed out right. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Appeared to me he was just trying to find an open receiver and got forced out to his right. Had to come off of a guy downfield, trying to hit his back. Unable to connect. Should have been an easier throw moving to his right, though.
Yeah, much easier, obviously, for a right-handed quarterback. If he was going to his left, a little bit tougher.
Exactly.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
That's fielded in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Sanu with a grab over the middle. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Time for a break. This one all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. Now Ryan on 1st down. Wide open receiver, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's got it. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Ryan. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Calvin Ridley from 6 yards away. And the Falcons cut into that lead. Bryant now to tack on the extra point.
Well, that touchdown won't change who's going to win the game, but I think you and I know a few people who play fantasy football that may have had some interest in that one.
Yeah, that's one thing. When you get late in these games and they're out of reach, those touchdowns, maybe a couple people on the edge of their couch for the wrong reason.
Yeah, not just moral victories are played for anymore, are they?
Here's Bosher to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. They have the big lead here late. They protected their home turf well, didn't they?
They certainly did, partner. And just think about how good that feels, because every team has a goal when they start the year to win at home. All right, and sometimes you don't win all of them, but they managed to get that done today. Just think about your routine stays the same. Everything's familiar. You feel right going into the game, and they translated that into a win.
They did indeed. They protected the home field, and now the final stages. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. Finally, defensively, they have a little clip to show positive for actually stopping him running the football.
It's been a really long night for them, hasn't it? So they got a little bit of a win there, but let's face it, the vision that he's had running the football has carried his feet to the open spaces and the big yardage all night long.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That goes for a gain of 31. Well, Prescott here to throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Another carry tonight for the workhorse Elliott. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play, as we'll get a timeout. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. The Cowboys on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Hustle.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now. Well, too much oomph, too much mustard there on that pass.
They really turned it loose, didn't they? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
Hey, we got 3 down. Here we go.
Out of the gun, here's Prescott. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. And he fires one that's intercepted. Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks it. And that will write a finish to this ball game. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Cowboys as we sign off and say so long from Arlington.